India has absorbed COVID-induced shocks far better than most other countries, be it fiscal policy, monetary policy, macroeconomic outlook, or by keeping a constant check on retail and wholesale pricing. India's economic growth has been particularly impressive in comparison to many developed economies, who have yet to bounce back from the pandemic and its aftereffects. Global economic growth is expected to fall drastically over the next 2 years. However, India appears to be bucking the trend, with major international financial agencies like Morgan Stanley praising India's economic acceleration. India's retail inflation eased to 6.77% in October, from 7.41% the previous month. Food inflation also decreased by over 1.5 percentage points to 7.01%, from 8.6% a month before. Fuel inflation also experienced a dip, falling to 9.93% from the 10.39% in September. India's strong economic foundation and recent prudent financial decisions have been seen by many as the reason the Indian economy continues to flourish.
It's very unusual to see for almost a year that Indian inflation numbers are lower than developed economy numbers, for example, the US, UK. But that has been the case. One of the major reasons was when the pandemic happened, we did not go overboard on the fiscal stimulus. It was very targeted stimulus to make sure that the poor and the vulnerable do not lose livelihood, they get food on time, etc. But it was not an open-ended X amount of money per month check for everybody.
Shakti Kanta Das, the governor of India's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, correctly predicted that adhering to the RBI's measures would help contain inflation below 7%. In fact, the Consumer Price Index inflation is predicted to drop to below 6% by the end of the fiscal year. It is such successful policies that have helped India become the world's 5th largest economy. The RBI has raised the repo rate, or the rate at which it loans to banks, to control inflation. The most recent repo rate rise by the RBI was by 50 basis points.
The Monetary Policy Committee of RBI has definitely been successful in taming the inflation by changing monetary policy tools to control the money supply and thereby control the inflation.
Global oil prices have also spiked, owing to an increase in geopolitical tensions due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The supply chain disruption that followed has only added to already mounting inflation throughout the world. Many predict that if global oil prices were to fall, the prices of other commodities would follow suit. However, given the unsuccessful attempt at a ceasefire between Russia and the Ukraine, oil prices will likely stay sky high for the foreseeable future. India, however, thanks to her diplomatic policies, has been able to put her citizens first and keep oil affordable. India was able to purchase a sizable portion of its oil imports at a lower cost, which also had a positive impact on the country's inflation rates. Although the inflation rates have remained above the RBI's tolerance band of 2 to 6%, they have stayed below 7% and have not so severely affected consumers, as is being experienced in many other parts of the world. The government has also attempted to contain inflation through different means. The government's national monetization pipeline has the potential to release over $73 billion USD by monetizing the assets of public sector units. The government has also made the best use of its foreign exchange reserves to lower inflation by intervening at crucial times to subsidize the price of essential commodities. India's economic plan has helped it recover from the pandemic and its aftereffects, and many are optimistic that this same foundation will help the country flourish even further. with thanks to its economic principles, policies, and people. The Brand India approach will continue to keep inflation at bay and will continue to protect the needs and well-being of Indian citizens.